Hi everyone, I'm sitting here in the beautiful town of Yeovil in southern England.
Yeah, Somerset, beautiful town.
Somerset, together with the wonderful Bruce Sword of The Pineapple Thief. We're in his studio. Does it have a name?
Sword Studios, even though there's only one.
Sword Studios. So this is a really big complex that you are seeing
this
right
is
here. This is only
room.
a very small production room, but all the other rooms are.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Well, underground. Yeah.
I heard you're born in Germany.
I was. Yeah. My father was in the REME, the Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers, and they were based in a place called Wildenraft, Hanover way.
Hanover.
Yeah, so I was born there, but came to Yeovil before I was one. So I'm born and bred Yeovilian.
And started music at what age?
I went until, well, I thought it was way too late. I think it must have been about 14 that I started playing guitar. I said to my mate at school, it's just too late, isn't it? This is my mate who's amazing at violin and piano already. And I thought, I'm never going to be as good as him. There's no point. But he said to me, it's never too late to start. So I saved up my paper round money and bought a little nylon string guitar. And that was it. Took me 6 months to even get it in tune. But, you know. But yeah, it was that was when it all began, guitar. And like you said before, it's all self-taught.
Basically the same as me.
Yeah.
So I was having 4 years of keyboard training, and then I gave it all up.
Yeah. At least you had the sort of you had the theory, you know, the idea. But you know, when I came into music, I just didn't have a clue. It was just such a new world. So it was a bit massive, steep learning curve. Because I just didn't grow up. I wasn't surrounded by music. My family weren't musical at all. So.
And mine wasn't either.
No, funny. Yeah,
it's funny.
Yeah,
it's really. And then at some point in time, the Pineapple Thief started.
Quite a lot later, actually.
Quite a lot later.
Yeah, so I had.
When was that? Because the band is around for quite some time, right?
Yes, yeah, it's 1999. Well, it was just me. It was just me. But I mean, at school, I was in a band. It was in a band called Vulgar Unicorn, which is the most prog title you can imagine. Didn't play live, but that was where I sort of learned about being in a band. You know, constructing songs and instrumentation, things like that.
Rumor has it that people have said the name Pineapple Thief came because PT are the same initials as Porcupine Tree.
Yeah, well, no. Well, what happened is that so the Vulgar Unicorn band I was talking about had a really small record deal, and I did a solo song because I just had the urge to do something on my own. And the guy said, "Yeah, I'll put it out, but I need more songs and I need a title." And I was like, "Oh God, what am I going to call it?" And I was watching a film, and there's a called East Bayou, and a girl steals a pineapple, and I thought, "Oh, brilliant, Pineapple Thief. That'd be fine. It's only going to be one record." And then it came out, and then everybody started comparing it to Porcupine Tree, not just the fact. I mean, it was. I didn't think it sounded anything like Porcupine Tree, but back in the day, I guess there was not that many people doing that kind of music. And then they were both saying, "Well, it's PT." He's come up with this name that almost sounds like Pun. I was like, "Oh God, what have I done? What have I done?" And that's it. You're stuck with it once you come up with a name. I don't mind it, but then after a while, I said, "Right, I'm going to put a 'the' in front of it just so that it's TPT."
So it's TPT.
Yeah.
And for those guys who don't know the Pineapple Thief, let's listen to one of their most iconic songs, I would say. It's called
In Exile.
In Exile.
Yeah. We are in exile.
Yeah, that was the first one that the Porcupine Tree drummer actually drummed on.
Yes, 2016. So at the time, Porcupine Tree had probably been on pause for quite a while, and he was King Crimson drummer. But yeah, I remember sending him. His record label actually suggested getting in contact with Gavin, and I immediately said,
"Was it because your drummer quit, or did you throw him out, or what happened?"
No, we had a long-term live drummer that left. Then we did Magnolia with a drummer called Dan, who just did the one record, and then just it's really difficult to commit to a band, especially when you're not selling millions of records. So it's difficult, to make a go of it. So we were left without a drummer, and I remember saying this will be the last record. I think the last Pineapple Thief record. And the label said, why don't you get in touch with Gavin? And my immediate reaction was, no way, because all my life we've had this Porcupine Tree.
Innuendo.
Yeah, and then we go and get Porcupine Tree's drummer. Let's really give it to him. And but actually, it worked out perfectly. And it took a while to get. Gavin immediately connected with the songs. You could tell. He phoned up and said, "Yeah, I really think I could do something good on this." And then I think it took a while for him to get to know us and trust us as individuals, to the point where he'd come and tour. So that was a big thing, and that just happened, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, I remember that in the first tour it was the Pineapple Thief featuring Gavin Harrison.
See the promoters. That's they still if we do a tour now, people always will still. Is Gavin playing? I says, yeah, of course he's in the bloody band. So unless we've kicked him out or he's left, then yes, Gavin is playing. So it's I don't mind now. I'm pretty relaxed about it.